Good morning, student. In last class, we have discussed about the accounting and their characteristic. Their characteristic are accounting is an art as well as science, recording in terms of money, classifying, summarizing, interpretation of the result, and communication. These are the characteristics of the accounting. And now we are going to learn about the objectives of accounting. First objectives, the to keep systematic record of business transaction. Always the transaction is recorded according to their date and in a systematic manner. Okay. And objective, what is the meaning of objective? Why we are doing or why we are maintaining our accounts. So these are the fact. That is the reason we are preparing accounting. Next thing is that to calculate profit or loss. Second thing is that why we are preparing accounting, to calculate profit or loss. Okay, this is the very important in a business because we are running business to get a profit. Number 3, to know the exact reason leading to net profit and net loss. At the end of the year, we just want to know why our business leading a profit and net loss. So this objective also include here because without accounting we can't measure and we can't know the reason of the profit and loss. Okay. And number 4, to ascertain the financial position of the business. When we prepare our financial statement, so in the balance sheet we know about the financial position of the business with the help of balance sheet. Number 6, objectives, to ascertain the progress of the business from year to year. And also we want to know what are the aspect of our business is growing, our business is progressing year to year. Number 7, objectives is to prevent, detect error and frauds. Even the accounting's object, that is the prevent, detect errors. Detect errors, it means if there is any accounting error, transaction error, so also the accounting find out the errors and detect the errors also, fraud also. Okay. And last is to provide information to various parties, because when we run a business there is a parties include, so the parties want to know the information of the business. So how we give them information with the help of our accounting, because we are maintaining our accounts day by day. So we have a information and we provide the information to the various parties. Okay, so these are the accounting objectives. Next topic is that function of accounting. What are the function of accounting? How the accounting do their work? Okay. So first, maintaining complete and systematic record. This is the also objective for the accounting, and this is the function because in a accounting, the accounting do a one thing, that is maintaining complete and systematic record. Don't left any transaction and record in a systematic day to days transaction. Second, communicating the financial result to various parties. It is also related to the objective, because the objectives, everything, they have a objective to complete their goal. So these are the functions. So always function in related to will be to the objective. Okay. Next, that is protecting the assets of the business. Protecting the assets of the business, it means maintain proper records of various assets such as cash in hand, bank balance, inventory, debtors, etc. It enables the management to keep proper control over them. Cash in hand, it means how much cash business have. Bank balance in the how much balance in the bank. Inventory, it is related to the stock, and debtors, it is related to when we sell our goods. So this called debtor. Okay. Next, that is providing assistance to management. The fourth function, that is providing assistance to the management. How? In case of companies, the management in the tasks of planning, controlling and decision making. So how the management controlling, planning and decision making with the help of accounting. So accounting also providing a assistance to the management. Next point is that trusteeship. How the accounting doing a role, that is trusteeship. In case of companies, the management is interested with the tasks of controlling the reason of the enterprise. The management is expected to act as trustee of the company's fund and the accounting assets, them to control the resources properly. So the accounting also play a role as a trusteeship. Next point is that compliance of laser needs. What is the meaning of compliance of laser needs? Under the provision of various laws such as Company Act, Income Tax Act, Goods and Services Tax, that is GST Act, etc. A business firm has to submit various statements such as annual account, income tax and GST returns, etc. Accounting perform this function by supplying the information to the government agencies. It means what are the liabilities business have, always the information given by the business to the government agencies. Okay, and last function is that fixing responsibility. This is very important in any business. Fixing responsibility, determine the profitability of each department. Always measure and determine the profitability of each department, okay, of an enterprise, because enterprise is very big. So we must determine the profitability of each department. It facilitates the fixing of responsibility of each department head, okay, and the responsibility will give to the head of the department. These are the about the function of accounting. Now we are moving to know about the bookkeeping, accounting and accountancy. What are the difference between bookkeeping, accounting and accountancy? We must know about these 3 points. Okay, first we are going to discuss about the bookkeeping. What is the meaning of bookkeeping? According to R.N. Curtin, bookkeeping is the science and art of recording correctly in the book of account all those business transactions that result in the transfer of money or money's worth. In accounting, we also know about this key accounting also a science and art, and bookkeeping is the part of the accounting. So this is also have a quality that is science and art and recording incorrectly in the book of accounting. In a simple way, it is mainly concerned with record keeping or maintenance of book of accounts. The maintenance of book of accounts include the following four activities. So what are the four activities of bookkeeping? First, identify the transaction of financial nature from amongst the various transactions. Always those transactions include in the bookkeeping or accounting that transaction related to the financial nature. So first, in bookkeeping they identify the transaction. Okay, after that measuring the identified transaction in terms of money, then after they measuring all the transaction in terms of money, then after recording the identified transaction in the book of original entry. First identify, then measuring in terms of money, and then recording the identified transaction in the book of original entry, and the last classifying them into ledger. It means the classify all the transaction in particular related to the partners, to the sales, to the purchase. Ledger, it means we are creating a separate account for all the things like sales, purchase, ram, sham, furniture, machines. So after that we can know very well what are the transaction done with the ram or sham, how much sale, how much product we purchase, what are the assets we purchase or sales. So these types of transaction we will understand better with the help of ledger. In here is a flow chart and we can understand better what are the difference between bookkeeping and accounting. Okay, so in mainly bookkeeping we are recording all the things. Okay, like first we identify the transaction, then we recording the transaction, and then we making the ledger. Why we are making ledger? To make a separate account to know better understand what are the transaction done by them. Okay, but accounting one step ahead with the bookkeeping. Okay, when the bookkeeping is end, accounting is start. Okay, after creating ledger, accounting summarizing all the things. How to summarize? Make a trial balance. Then prepare profit and loss account, and after that at the end the business will prepare that is balance sheet. This is the statement, and in this statement we know about the net worth of the business. So, knowledge of bookkeeping and accounting is termed as accountancy. It means we know the bookkeeping, about the accounting, and what is the meaning of accountancy. So, knowledge of bookkeeping and accounting is terms as accountancy. Okay, so accountancy is a knowledge, and accounting is a application. First we know about all the principles how to prepare the accounting, so after that we are doing accounting. So bookkeeping is a smaller part Only three things we are doing here, that is identifying, recording and ledger. When the bookkeeping will end, accounting will start. Okay, and knowledge of bookkeeping and accounting is termed as accountancy. So this is all about the bookkeeping, accounting and accountancy. But more clearance we will discuss about the difference between accounting and accountancy. So this is our last topic for today. So what is accounting? Accounting start where bookkeeping ends. Okay. It includes the following activities. First thing, that is summarizing the classified transaction in the form of profit and loss account and balance sheet etc. Analyzing the interpreting the summarized result. Okay, after getting a summarizing result, analyzing and interpreting the summarizing result. In other words, drawing the meaningful information, profit and loss account and balance sheet, then communicating the information to the interested party. Because we now all the things we are doing and we get a balance sheet, that is the statement of the business, and the balance sheet shown always the net worth of the business, what are the assets, what are the liabilities the business have. So after that the business have a knowledge to interpret with the parties. So this is all about the accounting. And what is the meaning of accountancy? It refers to a systematic knowledge of accounting concerned with the principle and techniques which are applied in accounting. Okay, so simply you can say the accounting is the knowledge how to do accounting. It tells us how to prepare the book of accounting, how to summarizing accounting information and how to communicate it to the interested parties. Okay, so accounting give us the information, give us a knowledge how to do all the things in accounting. According to Kohler, accountancy refers to the entire body of the theory and practice of accounting. So this is the theory, and with this theory we will prepare and we are practicing accounting. So this is all about the accounting and accountancy. We have discussed about the bookkeeping, accounting and accountancy, but we must know the difference between the bookkeeping and accounting. This is the base of distinction. So first we can see that is scope. According to scope, what are the difference between bookkeeping and accountancy? In bookkeeping, it includes identifying the transaction of financial nature, measuring the identified transaction in terms of money, recording the measured transactions and classifying them into ledger. This is also a function of the bookkeeping and this is the scope. But in accountancy, accounting includes to bookkeeping include. When the bookkeeping and accounting will start, summarizing the classified transaction, analyzing and interpreting the summarized result and at the end communicating the result to parties interest in them. Stage, it is a primary stage. It means bookkeeping is a primary stage and accountancy is the secondary stage. What are the objectives of bookkeeping? Maintain systematic record of transaction of financial nature. This is the objective of bookkeeping. And what are the objective of accounting? Ascertain the net result and financial position of the business and to communicate them to interested party. This is the objective of the accountancy. And fourth point is that nature of job. What is the nature of job for bookkeeping? Its function is routine and clerical in nature. So the nature of bookkeeping, that is function is routine and clerical in nature, but accountancy, its function is analytical in nature. Bookkeeping function is performed by junior staff, but the in accounting function is performed by the senior staff. Based on knowledge level, bookkeeping can be performed by persons having limited level of knowledge, but accounting is performed by person have high level of knowledge than that of bookkeeping. Okay, and analytical skills. Bookkeeping is not required to process analytical skills, because bookkeeping only do the last work, that is the classifying. Okay, and accountancy is required to process analytical skills. So this is all about the bookkeeping and accounting. Now we know the what are the difference between bookkeeping and accounting, and also we must know what are the difference between accounting and accountancy. So basis of distinction of meaning. Accounting is concerned with recording, classifying and summarizing of transaction, but accounting is a body of knowledge prescribes certain result or principle to be observed while recording, classifying and summarizing of transaction. So accounting is the knowledge of information, how to prepare accounts and with the help of principle. Okay, and in the accounting we just concern the recording, classifying and summarizing of transaction. What is the scope of accounting? Accounting is narrow in scope. Accounting starts where bookkeeping ends. But accountancy is much wider in scope and include bookkeeping as well as accounting, because this is the knowledge part. Okay, and relation, it depends on bookkeeping. It means accounting depends on bookkeeping, but accountancy is depend both or bookkeeping and accounting. And what are the function? Accounting main function is to ascertain the net result and the financial position of the business and communicate them to interested parties. So what is the function of accounting? Always record the transaction, know the financial position and communicate the result with the interested parties. And what is the function of accountancy? It includes the decision making function, also on the basis of information provided by bookkeeping and accounting. So this is all about the difference between accounting and accountancy. Thank you. Please like and subscribe.